Yep, we are back. You couldn't get through a night without Manchester United dropping yet another bombshell, could you? This is Forever United TV. Again, I thought my work was over for the night. I thought we'd covered everything. I thought we'd left with a positive note heading into the Chelsea game. Well, two absentees definitely for that Chelsea game now. Alessandro Martinez and Victor Lindelof. Lindelof, who came off of a hamstring injury, then being replaced by Martinez in the Brentford game. Clearly not right, and now has picked up a calf strain in training. Yet again, another injury in training. What is going on at Carrington? Are you not sick to death of this happening now at Manchester United? This is just pissing me off. Like, there's not a chance in hell that Manchester United have got the right setup at Carrington here. Something is drastically going wrong here. It's starting to look like a real circus right now at Manchester United. It really is. Let's just get into what has been said. I mean, I'm fucking fuming, honestly. Honestly, I'm sick to death of it. Like, we cannot get a fit team together. Fabrizio Romano, as you can see at the bottom of your screen there, Alessandro Martinez, new injury is a calf strain suffered in training. Manchester United confirms. I'm just going through all of the tweets right now. Both Martinez and Alessandro Martinez will be out for at least a month. Oh, God, man. Literally, what the hell is going on? What is going on at Carrington? An interesting tweet here from Samuel Luckhurst. Ten Hag brought an assistant coach in Van der Gaag and an analyst in Kevin KG. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure if it's right or not. I don't care right now. But not a fitness coach, and that looks costly. Injuries have been rife at other elite clubs. Post-COVID schedule hasn't helped, but breaking the 50 mark for elements raises serious questions. And as much Martinez would have enjoyed spending time in the Argentina camp, it was illogical to allow an injured player to fly to LA when he hadn't played for 6 weeks. The question wouldn't have even been asked if Sir Alex Ferguson was the manager. He has got a point there, Samuel Luckhurst. He really has. Like, why was Alessandro Martinez let go? I mean, I thought, let him go, let him recover, let him get the rest of his recovery done over in Argentina. Get some extra treatment away from Carrington, which is just an absolute disease right now for players. Like, literally, you only have to walk through the door. As soon as you clock in at Carrington, it's like you just come out of there injured. It's like it just passes something on. The place is cursed beyond belief. Over 50 injuries. Like, what the hell? Like, seriously, the fitness coaches, the preparation, the nutritionists, the doctors, whoever it is, the masseurs at Manchester United. I was talking before about INEOS going to the players, individually going on one-on-ones with the players and what can change and getting their opinions. Forget that. It's the rest of the bleeding staff that are preparing these players to actually come and be come and be United players. Come on, and get your words out. I'm not fucking fuming, honestly. Like, I just feel like everything we say, all the hope that we sort of gather and try and be positive about anything at Manchester United, there's an announcement from the club. Injured. Good God, man. What the hell is happening at this football club? Like, he's just beyond embarrassing right now. Newcastle, you can say, yeah, similar. Other elite clubs, like Luckhurst has said, have had problems with injuries all season. Yes, I understand that. Newcastle's mainly happen when they're on the pitch. United players barely get to the bastard pitch without getting an injury. With not being able to get an injury. I just don't know what to say anymore. Like, I'm lost for words with how poorly this football club is being run. And you can say it's just unlucky. 53 injuries is not unlucky. 53 injuries is a bleeding curse. It's a disease. Something is seriously wrong at Carrington. He's just come back. He's been rushed in. He didn't look fit against Brentford. I said this before. He didn't look fit. We're desperate. We are that desperate as a football club. We're rushing players back now that need more recovery time. Do you know what? Bring back Van Gaal. Making sure that these players had 2 weeks training before they even went back on a pitch. I take it all back, Louis. I want a proper structure. I want a proper setup. I want everything to be put in place and run like a proper professional football club. None of this desperation, just get them in no matter what. This is an absolute joke right now. Again, training. What is going on? Last time it was Rasmus Højlund, muscle injury. This time it's Lisandro Martinez in training. Yes, we said Lindelof was the only player that had played 2 full games in international break. He's then brought in when Harry Maguire is there on the bench, who has been fully rested to play Brentford. He's played Lindelof, and Lindelof has got another muscle injury. He's just playing too much. It's too much for these players to play and cope with. He's gone off with a muscle injury. He's out for a month now. He's at the end of Lindelof's Manchester United career. This is what you've got to look at in all of this right now. These players' careers are over and ending because we cannot look after professional footballers. That's supposedly the biggest football club in the world. They're taking the piss. They really are. Do you know what? I haven't got any sympathy for these players when it comes to their attitude on the pitch and how good they are. But do you know what? I have to say, in their defence, they are being pushed to the limits and unfairly pushed to the limits. And you know what? Sometimes a part of me is actually thinking in the back of my head here, like, you know what? I'm not surprised the players are pissed off with all this training and this overworking side of things. Like, when you cannot get out on the pitch, something is seriously wrong. We are talking elite level football, and you haven't got the right setup to handle the demands of the Premier League. Manchester United are not even playing as many games as we did last season, and we're getting more injuries. It's because we're not getting it right at Carrington. Something desperately is going wrong behind the scenes there, and it is going to fuck up the season. It already has done. I mean, I'm not for Ten Hag and some of the things he does, but do you know what? My God. Is it him who brings in the staff? Is it like Samuel Luckhurst said? He brings in the fitness coaches. He looks after everyone. Is Ten Hag to blame for this? Is it what he wants on a training ground without having that fitness expert next to him there to tell him, no, Eric, you're pushing these players too fucking hard. It's like you're trying to set a team up there and you're trying to prepare for Chelsea and Liverpool coming up. You're now looking at what have we got left? We now got Maguire and Varane. Maguire only just back from injury. You know what's coming, don't you? You know what's coming. Burnout yet again for more players and more injuries. This is what's coming. Swear, man. Like, oh my God. I'm going to get into some of your comments now. Colonel says in a super chat, cheers for that, mate. Club needs a review, top to bottom. It's shocking. It is. Just MD, this is a blow. What is your best backline without Martinez? Who in the backline will you get rid of to make room for new defenders? Well, this is what I said. You know what? In defence of Lindelof, I don't like him. I don't think he's good enough. I think he's a bit of a bitch on the pitch. And I think he's always looking for an excuse. He always is. He isn't good enough on the ball and he's not strong enough. Like, he gives it his all. Fair play to him. Not his fault. He's still in the squad. Manchester United have kept him and kept him and kept him. And he was seen out. Manchester United, it's been well documented, well written, and everyone knows that Lindelof has had his contract triggered with a 1-year extension to his deal right now, so Manchester United can get money for him and sell him in the summer. You're looking at a player here who's trying to see out the rest of his playing days at Manchester United and then saying bye to the club in the summer. This is a player that's been here for a while, whether you like it or not, that now looks like, because we cannot handle our squad right and cannot get these players prepared physically anymore, that might be his season and his whole time at Manchester United finished. He's saying he's going to be out for a month. There are expectations that these players are going to come back. What does that mean? They're going to be coming back at the middle of, or the first couple of weeks of May. The season's over. Manchester United are going to be out of every competition going by then. They've probably got, what, the FA Cup? Lindelof's not going to start that. If Martinez is back, Varane's fit, Maguire's there, Evans is there, Lindelof's not going to play. This is his season over right now. He just played back-to-back games for Sweden, the only player in the bleeding squad to do so, and he's in the team against Brentford when you've got Maguire sat on the bleeding bench. God, who is running the show there? Like, seriously, Ten Hag, and you know what, I'm trying to defend him here, but when I think about it even more, Samuel Luckhurst is actually right in saying what he said. Like, why did Ten Hag not bring in this fitness coach? Why has he not brought in a fitness expert? There's no one there to tell Ten Hag knowing how hard they're pushing these players. If we haven't got a fitness coach there at Manchester United, and it's someone else who hasn't got the balls to stand up to Eric Ten Hag, then that needs looking into. Oh my my God, the more and more you think about it, the more enraged you get with Man United at the moment, how this club is being run. It is an absolute shit show right now, this football club. It really is. And you know what? You get what you deserve, don't you, in football? I say it every time. You get what you deserve. Like, ill preparation, lack of standards, poor workmanship, bad attitude, thinking you've already made it. Man, you throw that cocktail, that recipe into a cocktail there, don't you? And that is what Carrington is right now. That's what it is. The players' attitudes, they don't give a shit attitudes, the lack of professionalism from top to bottom, playing staff and coaches, medical staff, everything. Like, no one's looking after the players. No one's looking after the players, it seems. And you know what? I actually do. I feel sorry for them. I do feel sorry for the players. Like, on this side of things, and I've not had a lot of sympathy for any of these players this season, really, because of the performances. But you know what? On this, I sort of have to say, look, like, if you cannot be looked after properly, and the multi-millions that have been ploughed into Manchester United and what we've got, and you haven't got a staff there capable enough of preparing teams week in, week out, the amount of injuries that we get in training is it's unheard of. It's beyond anything that's ever happened before. And you know what? It's just a joke. It really is a joke. Martinez, for fuck's sake, Martinez is our best player. It says hero. Oh, Malps, this manager doesn't rotate. Have we even got a centre-back team now? It says Busby Babes. I mean, what you got there now, you've got going into the Chelsea game, it's Varane and Maguire now. That's the next two in line. I don't know where Evans is. Again, the centre-back situation at the football club is just an absolute disaster class. It really is. Why the hell was he allowed to fly across the world whilst in recovery? Club wrong again. Maguire's back being the main man, says Blondie. It was Anthony who said the message before then as well. Asher Sanja says, these injuries are way too much on the club. What an awful night. I think the butcher is going to be another Phil Jones, unfortunately. The manager is shite, says Lou later. Maguire and Varane for Phil. Kaz says, I've lost Kaz's message now. It's gone. Sorry. It's just gone off the page. What the F is going on, says Tom. Honestly, Tom, I wish I could tell you. I think his fitness team is just a team of fit birds because no one wants to leave treatment room. Relax and Chill says, every player who played most every game last year have been hurt this season. I remember Zaka Casemiro, Luke Shaw, Martinez, Lindelof, Varane, etc. You can't seriously blame the manager for injuries. We are one of the least fit teams in the league. Least fit teams in the league because we're overtrained. It's up to him to bring in the fitness staff. Like, that was his decision not to bring in a fitness coach. Who is there to tell Ten Hag the way he's training these players? It's too much. There's no one there to say no to Ten Hag, it would seem. So you have to blame the manager in some part of this. He's the one who's supposed to bring in the team and the staff around him to work. So what is he doing in these training sessions to make all of these injuries? Like, if we're unfit, are we not just knackered because we're overdoing it in training? Are we not fatigued and not unfit? This is the question you've got to ask. Is it fatigue rather than fitness? Because these players, like, they look dead on their feet every single game. They're in the worst shape possible compared to other clubs. And that's not good enough for Manchester United. That really isn't good enough. And now we're in a situation where we have got another makeshift centre-back partnership. How many times has our defensive line changed over the course of a season? It's just getting beyond now. Like, there is nothing that anyone can say or use as an excuse anymore. Like, this is just too much right now. UK Strange and Johnny Evans is still injured. Yes, he is. Martinez will surpass Martial very soon. It's looking like he's worse than Martial right now. Appoint a fitness coach, says Michael Arthur. Too little, too late. I think this is just another nail in Ten Hag's coffin. It really is. Kaz, Adam needs some stress relief pills after this show. Honestly, mate, I'm gone. I'm so fucking fuming. None of us have control of it. I can't get upset by it. I can't be upset of something I can't control. Graham, yeah, you can. You can get wound up that professionals being paid an absolute fortune cannot control an issue at Carrington. The issue being no one knowing how to program and prepare a football team properly. No one gets this many muscle injuries in training. No one does. Especially a player just coming back from a serious injury. To get a muscle injury means he hasn't recovered properly, and the medical staff are to blame for it. It was the same with Rasmus Højlund, injured again in training. No one is... Well, someone's got to be to blame. It's a combination of the whole team and the whole setup at Manchester United. That's the problem. Like, it's just got to a stage now where you have to start pointing fingers. You really do. You must be envious, Saliba, Gabriel, best in Europe. Mate, honestly, it doesn't matter like who we compare you to right now, Zane. Cheers for the super chat, mate. But, like, we haven't got anyone to even put out on the pitch. Never mind compete alongside your team. Like, oh, God. This is what I mean now. This is like, what games will they miss? So... big games they'll miss is they'll probably both be missing for the Arsenal and Liverpool at home games. So in terms of massive games, you have to look at that and say they're going to be missing for that one. So yeah, have we got any hope in them games with the pace of Liverpool and what they're bringing? Oh, I don't know. Unfortunately, Martinez is always hurt. The closest United fan, Zane, is back. Closet United fan, sorry. Relax and chill. It's not broken bones or tears. It's muscle strain and pulls. Definitely overworked. Amazed Garnacho and Dalot haven't gotten hurt. It's his pot luck. It is. It's just... It is. It's an unbalanced regime. It's completely unbalanced. And they haven't got it right. To understand how the human body works and how training is done, do you know what? This goes to the point of best in class and knowing how to handle an overworked team. Overworked, as in, like I said earlier on, the World Cup, the amount of games. Some players played 70 games last season. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. It's too much for any man. No matter how prepared you are, how fit you are, whatever your nutrition is, you cannot handle the pressure and the intensity of 70 games in a season. Then come back the season after and play the games to the highest level. Well, you can play the games to the highest level if you're not overworked in training. It doesn't matter what happens in training. You stay fit enough to get through 90 minutes. You don't overwork. You can work on tactics, fitness, and overdoing it. Muscle strains. There is no excuse for. There really isn't. Shaheen says with a super chat, cheers mate, fire the entire medical department now. Ridiculous. They're going to get some big stuff. I mean, Ten Hag has already called out his medical staff. Do you know what? Medical staff... yes, issues. Fitness, that is partly down to Ten Hag. It really is. It really is. Graham says the issues for Garnacho, Mainu and Dalot will come later. We should try and get Antonio Silva and Gonzalo Inacio as two centre-backs, and we will be set. I don't know, mate. We could bring in anyone right now, and they're probably going to get injured. Like I said, get your structure in place. Get your team, your coaches, your fitness. Get your best in class. INEOS, just get to work. Getting the best in class, because United clearly haven't got it. The audit has been done for them. They've seen the attitude of players. They've seen the inept tactics. They've seen how poor training is done. They've seen how poor preparation is. Everything is there for them to see. It is just, basically, all INEOS have had to do is go and put someone in there at United, at Carrington and at Old Trafford, sit there and they will do the audit for you. You don't have to ask or look into anything. They, in front of you, will show up what they really are, which is not good enough. Ineptitude at the highest level is what Manchester United are when it comes to what is going on off the pitch. Never mind on it, which is shit anyway. Like, oh, God, man, it just winds me up. It winds me up. Like, can you imagine, like, we were actually going for trophies and we'd managed to drag something out of the season right now? It'd have just done everything in, wouldn't it? It would have just done everything in. There'd have been no way back from it. But I'm angry, I'm numb, I'm pissed off. Like, honestly, like, I don't know. There's no explanation, really. We can point the finger, and I know where I'm pointing mine. I've made it very clear. I made it very, very clear. Training sessions sometimes are not even needed. Recovery is more important than anything in any sport. Recovery is the ultimate. You can train as much as you want, but if you don't have recovery, then it's pointless. But ask anyone in sports science, ask anyone in the industry. Recovery is the most important part of any training program, no matter what it is, whether it's fitness, whether it's muscle training, whether it's lifting, stamina, anything you want, any line of sports industry. If you have not got the right recovery time, if you're not letting your body adapt to new training methods, not letting them muscles have the right relaxation time, it's just going to go tits up. And you know what? We're being punished for all of that right now. The fans are being punished. The players are being punished. The coaching staff and the setup at United need to hang their heads in shame. They really do. It's just powerless to what is actually going on right now. Absolutely powerless. But, hey, time to put it behind us again. Rely on Maguire, rely on Varane, and go forward from here. I try and curb my anger. I can't help it. My blood's boiling right now with how crap we are. Like, on the pitch, off the pitch. Like, do you know what? I actually had a little glimmer of hope. I was as positive as I'd ever been after that international break. I thought the best international break we've ever had. Like, everyone coming back fit, no problems. We step foot on the pitch. We are fucking useless. And then all the injuries come back again now. You know what? What a horrible, horrible few days. What a horrible first week back from international duty. It's crazy, isn't it, how football works? It really is. Like, you just cannot predict it. Cannot predict it. And yeah, what we got to do is just like look ahead now and try and work through it with the players that we've got. That's it. It is. We just basically need to just knuckle down and pick a different team. Maguire, Varane, Dalot, and Bissaka. A few players in midfield that are available. Again, yeah, I'll be going over all of that in tomorrow's show, midday, people. Like I said, there will be different content tomorrow, so I'll get into that and what I think we can change. I'm going to have to change it up now because I have already done one video on my on tomorrow's content, which has all changed all of a sudden because of the bombshells that United love to drop on us late at night. Always late on, isn't it? Always late on. But yeah, that is your little bulletin on what is going on right now, guys. So, just to update you all on what has happened, Lisandro Martinez has pulled his calf as a calf strain in training. Lindelof, we knew, who came off against Brentford, who was, funnily enough, replaced by Martinez, is also out for a month with a hamstring injury. Both are expected back before the end of the season. What use that will be in terms of the Premier League, I think it'll all be over by then anyway. And maybe we'll be able to see Lindelof off. Maybe he will get a chance to say goodbye to the fans, because I do believe he will be sold in the summer. and he isn't going to get much more game time playing for United. So that is it, guys. That's your update as what has happened. It's not a good one. There's nothing great about it. More bad news, I'm afraid. More injuries, and we have to move forward now for the next month without Lisandro Martinez and Victor Lindelof. Guys, cheers for tuning in. I know it's a late one, but we have to cover all news when it comes through, whether it's good or bad here on FUTV. I'm not a happy man. That was crap. I didn't expect that today. Alien 10-0 in with a super right at the end. And these drones still want Egghead in. And on that bombshell, an Egghead out of here. Give the video a like, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're tuning in for the first time. It's not always negative like this. I've actually had a decent positive week. But they're doing the best to finish me, is what they are. I'll say that. Oh, come on, Maguire and Varane. That's that. Let's see it. See you in a bit, people. Have a good rest of the evening. Go and watch some football. Try not to think about United. That's what I'm going to do.